Hi, this is Spencer, your Tampa Bay wallpaper installer, coming to you from sunny Florida. And you can't see it in the camera, but this is actually an inside corner where my hand is going up and down, okay? So this is one wall, this is another, and the wallpaper here meets, this is the corner, okay? I know you really can't see it, you can't see the depth of it. But now, why did I make the video? Corners are a problem. I would say the corners that are most problematic by far, and I think most paper hangers would agree, regardless of what type of wallpaper you're using, are inside corners. Because inside corners permit you to slice the wallpaper down the length of the corner, whereas outside corners don't. Both present the same problem, in that if the wall from which the wallpaper is being hung from one onto another is not the same plumb degree, if it's not the same plumb, it can be crooked. But in order for the paper not to be affected, the plumb ratio has to be equal from one wall to the other. And that's really never the case. What do I mean? I'm going to demonstrate with two flat objects. This is wall 1, and this is wall 2. In the center you have a vertical angle. Still you can't see it because I'm looking at it and I really can't tell, but we have two walls in a room. Now watch this. If one wall goes like this, do you see now the problem it presents? And that's most of your walls in your home. But the ratio at which this wall does this is not that dramatic. What you more or less have is this, and that will throw your wallpaper off. For the most part, that's what you have on inside corners. And when you have that much of a ratio differential on an outside corner, you got to work magic for the next sheet to match up horizontally with horizontal connections on the wallpaper. That's why it's good to tell a customer beforehand, this wallpaper, you have to take a look at your corners. If you're dealing with an old house, you tell the customer right up front, this wallpaper that you chose is not going to match up. And so you let them know. This way you're showing experience in what you do. You can also take a level and show them, because most people don't get it. They blame you. You're the wallpaper hanger, you got to work magic. That's not how it works. You take your 4-foot level and get a long one, and get a good one. Put it here, see if the bubble's in the middle. It's not going to be in the middle. And then do it on the other one and show them, look, this is off the bubble, and this one is in the other direction. So that will affect your wallpaper, okay? It's very simple, okay? It's very simple. I know you understand, but I'm giving you the terminology so that you can use it, and so that you know what to say and what to do. Okay. Please, you guys from YouTube keep telling me I sound like that guy Waken. I don't watch TV or movies, but I've been told a dozen times that I sound like that guy. I forget his name. I don't even care. But I just thought I sounded like the man. So anyway, ideally, you don't cut corners. No pun intended. You don't cut your corners, ideally, because it will necessarily throw off the pattern by cutting the corner. Once you cut the corner, if you have a perfect corner, in order to hide the slice, you have to push one paper onto the other to hide it. And so ideally, you don't cut your corners, okay? I was told when I started hanging paper, cut the corners. No. No. What they should have said is cut the corners, because usually your corners are off. That's what they meant. So, okay, I'm going to show you the halfway that I obeyed that rule. Watch this. The top of my corner up here presents no problem whatsoever, because my paper went from one wall to the other without any problems, no wrinkles. Now, your wallpaper is cut square. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it, it's got perfect 90-degree angles on each edge. You know what I mean by that, it's square. So if you don't have any stress marks on your wallpaper, like stretching and all of that, you know your wallpaper corner is good. But when you start getting big ripples in your paper, see this big ripple here? You see this straight line down here? That's telling you that your corner is off. So here's what I want you to do. Since half of my wall is good, I'm not going to cut it. Why cut it? More work for me to play games with the corner. And every time you make a slice, you're making the wallpaper vulnerable to, it's another seam. The idea with wallpaper is to cut it as least as possible. Wouldn't it be ideal if you could just put wallpaper up without cutting anything, right? Obviously, that's not possible. But it would be ideal, because once you cut wallpaper, once you have a seam, it's vulnerable to moisture, etc. Now, I have this ripple. You see it, okay? Here's what I want you to do to it. Where would you hide this edge? See this edge here? Where would you hide it? This is the wall that I'm facing, right here. Wouldn't it be best to put this edge up underneath this adjacent wall? Do you see how it would not look right if I simply mended the corner together and then I pushed this paper on top of this wall and left the edge of this paper visible? Don't you see how that wouldn't look right? Because what you'd be seeing is the edge of this paper. And that's not professional. So here's what you got to do. You got to pull up the adjacent wall. You have to pull it up. And then I want you to fit the paper underneath the adjacent wall. And guess what you're going to have? A perfectly hidden edge. It's going to be perfectly hidden. Do you understand what I mean? Watch. I'm going to bring you up close. I think you understand me. You'll understand it when just watch what I'm doing and you'll see. Because I sometimes watch my videos over. I give you guys a lot of credit. You're not screaming at me. I'm saying to myself sometimes, I wonder if they understand what I'm talking about here. But I thank you for not going nuts on me. Okay, so watch this. Watch this now. Check this out. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Okay. So now I can see that I can't see any depth perception in this video. This wall is facing me right here. This wall is parallel with the side of my body. This wall here. Watch this. Let me bring you up close for this. Okay, watch this. Now you see what I'm talking about, right? Do you see how I'm hiding this wall's edge? You see how that works out beautifully? Now that's what I want you to do too. Okay, so that's how you're going to hide the edge. You're simply going to push it down, push it in, and you want your wallpaper to be plumb here. Now I can tell that my wallpaper isn't plumb. I can see it. So I'm going to straighten it out. I'm just going to pull it out a little bit, but you have the idea. You're going to hide this edge. In other words, if you see the edge of the sheet of wallpaper, put it under the wallpaper, put it under the corner, and have enough of it where it's going to stay under the corner. Okay? You don't want that coming up. You don't want to see the edge. It's unprofessional. I don't care if you're just a homeowner, you're doing it, no one's going to see it. Do it to the best of your ability, okay? So this was the sheet under which I placed this wall's edge. You see how nice it is. But now I got to pull some of it out. It's not that straight. In other words, it's not that straight. Now, can I get away with it? Absolutely. All I have is another sheet of wallpaper to hang. You're not going to notice if your wallpaper is off 1/4 inch plumb. If you keep hanging a long wall and it's off 1/4 inch, you're going to see it. But all I have is another sheet of wallpaper to hang. It's not going to be noticeable. But I know that I'm more than 1/4 inch here. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. It's more than 1/4 inch. It's an imperfection. I got to fix it. Anyway, that's what you do to your corners. I hope this video helped you. If you like the video, click on like. Do me a favor, subscribe to my channel. A lot of people watch my videos. I get thousands of people watching my videos, and I have under 150 viewers, subscriptions. So please click on like and subscribe, and I'll keep on making these videos to help you. And then we will wallpaper America together. Okay, see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.